Hey everybody! Tonight we're diving into a story that's as wild as it is disturbing. It's a story about chemical warfare, corporate greed, and a whole lot of unanswered questions. Buckle up because things are about to get heavy. We're talking about Agent Orange, a herbicide used by the US military during the Vietnam War. Now I know what you're thinking. Herbicide? That doesn't sound so bad. But trust me, this wasn't your grandma's weed killer. This stuff was nasty. We're talking about a toxic cocktail of chemicals designed to defoliate jungles and destroy enemy crops. The idea was to deny the Viet Cong cover and food, but the consequences were far more reaching and devastating than anyone could have imagined. Imagine this. You're a Vietnamese farmer just trying to make a living. Suddenly the skies open up, but instead of rain, it's a chemical shower. This wasn't just bad for the crops, it was bad for everything. Agent Orange contained a particularly nasty ingredient called dioxin. And this stuff was toxic. I'm talking seriously long-term mess-you-up toxic. We're talking about cancer, birth defects, and a whole host of other health problems. And the worst part? This wasn't just a one-time thing. Dioxin doesn't just disappear overnight, it lingers in the environment, poisoning the soil and water for generations to come. Talk about a messed-up legacy. The human cost of Agent Orange is staggering. Millions of Vietnamese civilians were exposed, and the health problems continue to this day. We're talking about children born with severe birth defects, families struggling with cancer, and communities grappling with the long-term effects of this toxic legacy. But it wasn't just the Vietnamese people who suffered. US veterans who were exposed to Agent Orange also started experiencing health problems. And let me tell you, getting the government to acknowledge their role in all of this was like pulling teeth. It took years of activism and legal battles for veterans to even begin to receive the recognition and support they deserved. Section 4, the Monsanto connection, a corporate giant under fire. So where does Monsanto fit into all of this? Well, they were one of the main companies that produced Agent Orange for the US government, and let's just say their involvement in this whole mess has been anything but squeaky clean. See, there's evidence suggesting that Monsanto knew about the dangers of dioxin long before they started mass-producing Agent Orange. But did they sound the alarm? Did they tell anyone about the potential risks? Nope. They just kept churning out the poison and cashing those government checks. Section 5. Seeds of doubt. Did Monsanto know more than they let on? Now Monsanto has always denied any wrongdoing, claiming they were just following the government's orders. But the more you dig into this story, the more you start to wonder, did they really not know? Or were they just hoping no one would notice the trail of devastation they left behind? Internal documents later revealed that Monsanto was well aware of dioxin's toxicity. They even conducted their own studies which showed just how dangerous this stuff really was. But instead of coming clean, they chose to bury the truth. Section 6. Echoes of the past. Agent Orange's relevance in a modern world. The story of Agent Orange isn't just a history lesson, it's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked corporate greed and the importance of holding powerful entities accountable for their actions. Think about it. If a company is willing to poison millions of people in the name of profit, what else are they capable of? What other secrets are lurking in the shadows, just waiting to be exposed? Section 7. The fight continues, seeking justice and accountability. The fight for justice in the wake of Agent Orange is far from over. Vietnamese victims are still fighting for compensation and recognition, and US veterans are still grappling with the long-term health effects of their exposure. But there is hope. People are speaking out, demanding accountability, and fighting for a future where corporations are held responsible for the harm they inflict on the world. And that's a fight worth fighting. So what can you do? Educate yourself, raise awareness, and support organizations fighting for justice. Because the only way to prevent history from repeating itself is to learn from it. That's our show. We'll be right back.